parents. What's the most shocking thing a teacher said about your child? My daughter's first grade teacher called me at work, voice shaking. Your daughter's missing. The principal took her an hour ago and won't tell me where. I hung up and called the school office asking where my daughter was. The secretary told me she was in a meeting with Principal Hunter and I couldn't disturb them. When I asked what kind of meeting requires a 6-year-old, she hung up on me. I grabbed my keys and broke every speed limit getting there. The secretary jumped up when I walked in, insisting I needed to make an appointment. I demanded to know where my daughter was. She explained that Principal Hunter was handling a disciplinary issue and I'd have to wait. I could hear crying from down the hall. My daughter's crying. I told her to move and pushed past her. She yelled for security, but no one came. I followed the sound to Hunter's office. Through the window, I saw my 6-year-old standing in the corner, hands flat against the wall. The principal was pacing behind her, red-faced and shouting. I tried the handle, locked. I kicked that door so hard the frame splintered. Hunter spun around, declaring this was a private disciplinary matter and threatening to call police if I didn't leave immediately. My daughter ran to me, tears streaming. Daddy, he said I'm stupid because I can't read the big words. Hunter stepped forward, claiming my daughter had disrupted his class again and needed to learn consequences. I reminded him that she has dyslexia and we'd filed accommodations 3 months ago. He dismissed learning disabilities as excuses for bad parenting and claimed some children needed tougher discipline. I pulled out my phone and hit record, asking him to repeat what he'd said about my daughter. His face went white as he insisted I couldn't record there, claiming it was against policy. Watch me. I kept filming. Tell me more about how dyslexia isn't real. Turn that off immediately. Emma, tell Daddy what happened today. My daughter looked up at the camera. He made me stand in the corner because I couldn't read the sentence, and he said I was pretending to be slow for attention. Hunter lunged for my phone. I stepped back, still recording. Hunter was sweating now, demanding I turn off the camera. I asked if he'd really been keeping a 6-year-old inside during recess every single day. He insisted disciplinary measures were at his discretion. The secretary appeared in the doorway with Mrs. Anderson, Emma's teacher. Mrs. Anderson looked shocked, explaining she'd been looking for Emma everywhere. When I asked if he'd taken her without telling the teacher, Mrs. Anderson confirmed he'd said it was urgent over an hour ago. Hunter stepped between us, claiming teachers don't question administrative decisions. Mrs. Anderson's face hardened. Taking students without notification violates district policy. I don't answer to substitute teachers. The secretary tugged Hunter's sleeve. Sir, I called the superintendent. He's on his way. Hunter's face drained of color. You did what? You said to call for backup if parents became aggressive. I said security. Hunter started pacing. This is all a misunderstanding. The child needed discipline. For having dyslexia? She was being disruptive. Mrs. Anderson stepped forward. Emma sits quietly in my class. She's never disruptive. She can't read at grade level because she has a documented learning disability. Hunter whirled around, which I don't recognize. I zoomed in on his face. Could you repeat that for the camera? The superintendent walked in just as Hunter made another grab for my phone. What's going on here? Dr. Williams asked, looking around. This parent is harassing me and recording without consent. Dr. Williams looked at my phone, still recording. Is this about a student issue? Your principal doesn't believe dyslexia exists, I said calmly. The student was being disruptive and needed correction, and her parents got violent. After you took my daughter without telling her teacher and kept her here for over an hour. Dr. Williams turned to the principal. Is this accurate? That's when he finally shut up. He wasn't just fired. His teaching license was permanently revoked.